All right, hello everybody. This is Mac here, and we're going to talk more about parallel and perpendicular lines. If you watch that, oh, sorry about that. If you watch this on version A or B, we learned that parallel lines have the same slopes, okay? And we learned that perpendicular lines, lines with the 90-degree angles, have opposite inverses. Meaning if you have like a 2/3, the opposite inverse would be a negative, change the sign, and you flip them. Opposite means change the sign, inverse means you flip them, okay? And so now these are all using the standard form. Okay, well, I'm going to show you something that I haven't shown you yet, okay? The M in standard form equals the opposite of A over B. Okay, so if you use the opposite of A over B, you're going to find your slopes. Okay, so now remember, in standard form, these are all pluses. Okay, so if you get a minus, you got to flip this. Well, we'll show you. We'll do a few of these. So my A here is 4, my B is 1. So what's my slope? Negative 4 over 1. How about this one right here? There's my A and there's my B. Opposite of 8 over 2 or negative 4 over 1. What do you notice? They're the same parallel lines. Number 2, we're going to go opposite of A over B. Well, what's B? 1, but it's not just 1, it's a negative 1. So this is really 5. My slope is 5. Now let's look at this one. My A is 1. Opposite of B, so opposite of A would be negative 1, sorry. And my B is 5. So now I have a 5 or a 5 over 1 and a negative 1/5. That is perpendicular. Let's look at number 3. Opposite of A over B. That's my A, that's my B. Opposite of 3 over 4. Okay, now let's look at this one. Opposite of A is a negative 6 over B is 8. That reduces down to negative 3 over 4. Look at that. They're the same. My answer is parallel. Number 2, opposite of A over B. The second one, opposite of A over B. But what's B? Negative 2. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. So I'm looking at positive 1/2 and a negative 2 over 1. Those are opposite inverses. That's perpendicular. Let's look at number 5. Opposite of A over B. B is a negative 1. Okay, so that's going to become just 7 or 7 over 1. How about this one? Opposite of A over B. Opposite inverses. That's perpendicular. Okay, let's go ahead and look over here to number 6. To find the slope, we're going to go opposite of A over B. B is a negative 3, or that's going to become a positive 2/3. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. Circle it so we don't forget that. This one, opposite of A over B. Opposite inverses, perpendicular. Let's go on to number 7. Opposite of A over B. That's going to be negative 3. I'm going to write it as negative 3 over 1. Let's look at the next one. Opposite of A over B. That becomes a positive 3 or a positive 3 over 1. Okay, well, shoot, I've got a negative 3 and I've got a positive 3. These are neither. Okay, they're just lines. Yes, the sign changed, but they didn't flip. Okay, so just to look down here, if you look at number 7, wait, what happened here? I don't know. I've had some problems with the answer keys, so I'm going to double check that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm going to just double check it real quick. Opposite of A, negative 3, over B, which is negative 1, that's a positive 3. Opposite of A is negative 6, over B, which is a 2, is a negative 3. I feel good about my answers. Okay, I'm going to check that answer key just to double check, but I feel really good about this. Opposite of A over B equals 2 over 1. This one, opposite of A over B. So I have a 2 over 1 and a negative 1 over 2, opposite inverses, perpendicular. Okay. Number 9, opposite of A over B. This one, opposite of A over B, which is a negative 5. Negative 5, negative 5, those are parallel lines. Okay. And number 10, opposite of A over B. Not B, 6. That's going to be negative 1 over 2. All right. The second one, opposite of A over B, that's going to be a positive 2 over 3. Yeah. Those aren't anything. These are neither. Okay. And there you go. I apologize about that answer key thing. At least that's the one I'm working on. If I find it's a mistake, I'm going to make sure to go back and fix that answer key that's on the sheet. So I'll go do that a little bit later. Okay. And if it is, then you won't even know because you're working on one with the correct answer key. All right, guys. So that's how we do that. Remember, this m equals the opposite of a over b. That's important. Okay. So make sure you know how to do that to find the slope on a standard form. Well, you guys should be experts on parallel and perpendicular lines now. Good job, and I'll see you on the next video.